Boeing's MAX production halt ripples out into Midwest as key supplier Spirit suspends fuselage work. The first big ripple effect of Boeing shutting down its 737 MAX assembly line in Renton came Friday when Spirit AeroSystems of Wichita, Kansas, announced it will suspend production of 737 MAX fuselages on January 1 until further notice. Spirit employs more than 13,000 workers in Wichita and around 1,300 in Tulsa, Oklahoma. There was no immediate indication of whether the halt in production will bring layoffs. However, because revenue from the 737 program generates more than half of Spirit's annual revenue, layoffs are clearly a possibility. Spirit said it is evaluating all potential actions to align its cost base with lower production levels expected in 2020. Boeing announced Monday it will avoid layoffs in Renton at this time, by redeploying the roughly 3,000 employees who work directly on the 737 assembly lines and redirecting the work of the roughly 9,000 others at the Renton site. Spirit faces a similar dilemma. It will want to retain as much of the workforce as possible to make a production restart smoother, but the cash drain may make that difficult. Decisions will be guided by a focus on what is best for the long-term interests of Spirit stockholders and other stakeholders, including employees, Spirit said. Making those decisions more difficult, there's no timetable for restarting 737 fuselage production. Boeing will no longer speculate on when that could happen, after Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, boss Steve Dickson last week cautioned Boeing CEO Dennis Muilenburg about making public statements that suggested an unrealistic schedule for the MAX's return to service. That leaves the schedule entirely in the hands of the FAA. The new target for providing clearance for a return to service is mid-February, officials say. If that were to slide out some more, Boeing might have to reassess the question of layoffs in Renton. For now, though, no one can provide a definite timeline for the temporary suspension to end either in Renton or in Wichita. Spirit will continue to communicate with Boeing regarding the timetable for resuming production, the company said. Spirit made the decision to halt production after Boeing had directed it to stop the assembled fuselage deliveries that are sent by train from Wichita to Renton. Soon after the MAX was grounded in March, Boeing slowed production from 52 jets per month to 42 per month. But Spirit maintained its rate at 52 fuselages per month to keep production running smoothly, hoping that the slowdown would lift in a matter of months. So even as more than 400 finished MAXs piled up undelivered, put into storage in Washington state, Spirit also started accumulating undelivered fuselages. There are already 100 MAX fuselages sitting outside the Spirit plant in Wichita, wrapped in orange covers. For more on this story, visit the news article link.